Well, howdy, everybody. Teresa here with...
Brad?
That's all you'll hear from him. I can't even look at him because he distracts me so much. So, everybody do this. We're not looking at Brad or nothing. Because he distracts me. Not looking at him. Anyway, it's October 2nd. And I'm a little behind because we're having October Vlogmas or something like that. I don't know. Some October. I figured I haven't done a daily vlog in a number of months. So, I missed yesterday. But we're just going to start it for today then. Tell you what, I'll do an extra day during November 1st, so it'll catch it up. So what you're going to be seeing on here is a little bit more of a raw, vulnerable discussion with me about my mental health, about my struggle with mental health, especially lately. It's been a big struggle. I'm going to start seeing a counselor. I haven't set that up yet. We still have to go through the list and find which one. They sent us a list, the insurance. Brad called the insurance company to see what kind of coverage we have, which is a pretty decent coverage. I'm happy with it. Better than what I've had prior. So, they also sent us a list of doctors, qualified counselors in our network. So, we need to go through there and then just pick one that sounds about the best for what I need, and then I'm going to start going to it. Whether it's, telemedicine or it's that I go in. I'm not sure how that works. I would assume maybe I have to go in the first time or something. I don't know. But anyway, I need to start that, and I'm going to start that because we all know that coming the holidays can be so very hard for some of us, and I'm no exception. It's extremely hard on me, and I know that's coming, and I don't want to be going through all those emotions where I feel like I'm just nothing and stuff again. So, getting that on the road. But I'm going to be having some very candid, raw discussions with you guys about a lot of the things in my life that are leading up to a whole big ball of emotions that I don't know what to do with. And sometimes they come out and I'm so mad. And sometimes they come out and I'm just devastated. And I'll just sit and cry. And Brad does what he can to help. But I'll sit there and just cry. And, and that with, I don't know if that's coupled with menopause. That I know a lot of women face a lot of being really angry or not. I'm certainly feeling a lot more anger over issues than I did in the past. So, and I don't know if that has any bearing to it. It's not acceptable in any case. We need to deal with the why and fix it so it doesn't keep happening. As far as, so I had my front door open, now you've seen it. But, not that I'm not doing anything to Brad or anything. I did punch my steering wheel, or my dashboard the other day. I was so mad. And it doesn't matter what I was mad over, it's a private thing. But I was so mad and I punched my dashboard. Because I'm not going to ever hit anybody else, but I'll beat it up. Got some, I don't know if you can still see, some of the bruising on my hand there. But that can't, it's not like me, is it? Over years of marriage, how many times you see me do that? Never before.
Counting this time?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, so I'm never done. So, plus I'm having some medical issues again. That can be very disappointing, especially when you're dealing with trying to lose a large amount of weight and, just other things to go on with life. So that is hard to handle sometimes because I get tired and I get mad that I've dropped so much weight but I'm still having so many health problems, and I will, and I know that. So, I lost all my weight before, and I still was sick. So, I know, I don't know why it came as a surprise to me. I guess because I have been trying so hard, and I actually been doing everything the doctor told me to do. Of course, they never gave any guarantees that I wasn't going to still get infections and stuff, but being that it doesn't make me happy because it makes it where I can't do a lot of things in life that I want to do. Not whining or anything. We'll find avenues around it. I always do. I make the best of it. Brad can tell you if I'm in an extreme amount of pain, I'm going to start laughing and joking about everything. And some people will be like, well, you can't be in pain. You're joking about this or that. And it's like, I am in a lot of pain, but this helps. This is beats curling up in a ball and crying. So I'm going to joke and stuff to kind of keep that at bay and deal with it. And, but he knows when I start really, really joking around a lot that I'm in a lot of pain. That's just part of life for a lot of us. I'll learn how to deal with it. It's just, I was disappointed. Life is full of disappointment. You have to learn how to deal with it. I was not taught how to deal with any kind of emotions growing up. Well, I was. Here's a plate of cookies. Here's a plate of, here's cake. Here's donuts. Here's, sadly, when I get home after school, I'm looking for what might be there for me to eat. I know a lot of students are that way, but, still. So I need to just talk about a lot of stuff that has to do with my childhood. You think I'd be over that at my age, but, you got to deal with it sometime. You hear the dog. Jelly Bean, I groomed both dogs yesterday. Brad helped some. It's nice when you can dual groom. And there's some areas, that I call the flat plains, where you're all just running a straight shave down the back, whatever. And Brad does a good job, so, and that way it confuses your dog. Because your dog doesn't know whether they should want to be mad at you or mad at the other person grooming them. Because Jelly Bean would have liked to have thought about biting me yesterday. Yes, you, girlfriend. Because she didn't like her feet messed with. Hi, baby girl. I know, now you got sweater back on. I know. So, anyway, she thought about it. She never did bite me, but she thought about it. She did not like her toenails done. What dog does, but she really hates it. I usually end up using that toenail file electric one on her because it's a little less invasive. And I have heard from other groomers, not that I classify myself as a professional or anything, clearly not, that the heat and stuff, even the vibration from the Dremel, I'm not using a Dremel tool, but other groomers do, the heat makes that quick kind of draw back, so that's a good thing. So, yeah, and then I groomed Nixie, but we didn't have to do a full groom on Nixie. We just did her face, her sanitary, and down her back. We have to tonight give these guys, or anytime, it doesn't have to be tonight, they're topical. Okay. So then we had to treat the dogs for fleas. Jelly Bean had some. Nixie didn't, but Jelly Bean has some, so that's why she got a really close shave. She has to wear a sweater now. But there was no other choice. And then Bradley shaved off her little tuft. The long tuft on her tail, he shaved it off. But I didn't tell him not to. I said, here, you can do her tail. I didn't mad, I wasn't chewing him out or anything, but I'm like, she's had that since I've known her. I'm not kept it as long as the other owner, but it'll grow again, no biggie, right, Jelly Bean? Maybe you were tired of having that tuft on your tail. Was you? Wow. You want to come say hi to everybody? Come here. Come here. Come here, baby girl. Oh. All right. You're in a bad position, but I will manage. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Look at you. Say hi, everybody. Say I had a groomation yesterday with my mom. Right? And Dad. Dad helped. What? Okay, you're going to just... Wow. You're not even going to show... You turn your back on them, Mom. That's not very nice. Gonna make them think you don't love them anymore, Jelly Bean. Jelly. I love you. So I have another doctor's appointment tomorrow. Been having a lot of doctor's appointments lately. And then we'll figure out a new game plan. So we're not sure whether or not Brad's going to be able to go to California in a couple weeks. We'll have to decide that. He'll have to decide that. I'm fine if he goes, unless I'm super sick, like I'm going to have surgery or some crap, then no. But, I'll leave that up to him. I don't want him to go and worry about me the whole time again and then not, get to enjoy time with his dad. He wouldn't be canceling it. He might postpone it, move it back even a month or something. We'll see. I just want to make sure you're home for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Thanksgiving isn't that big of a deal for us. So, if I had to have him stay there to have a Thanksgiving with his parents, I damn sure would. Because I tell him that once your dad's gone, they're gone. And I didn't get the privilege of knowing that my father was even sick or much less died. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else. If he get to spend a Thanksgiving with his family, then that would be great. We'll figure it out, right, babe?
Yep. Yes, we will.
So anyway, that's what's going on here. I'm still in good spirits. I'm still not gonna ever give up, and you guys know that. In fact, I'm getting ready to go over there and ride that bike here in a minute, and I'm still keeping on my diet plan. Cause I'll tell you one thing is really nice right now that I finally can say that I can fit in any piece of medical equipment. Because before they were telling me I was gonna have to go to Raleigh. Because I was too big to fit in their equipment. Now I'm not, and that's nice. I worked really hard to get that way. I had a little boo-hoo about that last night. Not super bad. But, because I had a cardiologist, my first cardiologist, said he couldn't perform the right amount of tests. He had me on, what do you call that stuff you put under the tongue? Not Narcan.
Nitroglycerin.
Nitroglycerin. And he's just like, don't do anything. We can't do this test, but I don't want you to have a heart attack or anything. Don't be active or anything. It's like, and for over a year. And at one point in time, I was 4 pounds away from being able to fit in a stupid machine. You could just have just said I would, but whatever. And being where we were in Casper, Wyoming, you'd have to drive at least 3 hours to get to another major hospital, which would be Cheyenne. So we changed cardiologists, and the cardiologist that we had said, well, we can just do that. You don't even have to do, we can just do a medical one. And they did a medical, what do you call that? Stress test. They did a drug-induced stress test. So, and that just about did me in too. They thought they were gonna have to call an ambulance. But anyway, so I'm keeping on all my stuff. I'm not gonna give up. This is just a little bump in the road. I know, and this doesn't come as a surprise that I have another infection. Does it really to any of you that have followed me for a long time? Probably not. But that's just life. That's just what I have. It's just what I was born with. We're dealing with it. Another thing that I've been dealing with that I haven't mentioned, I don't know if you guys have picked up that I'm having a little more trouble with my speech impediment because I'm losing more of my hearing. And that's been really a hard blow for me because we already know that I may have glaucoma. And no, I haven't rescheduled that test. We just don't have the extra money for all this stuff, you guys. But I've always had a hearing loss. And I went many, many years of speech therapy. And I read lips. Most people don't realize that. I think they think I'm just so enchanted with their face. Because they think I'm hanging on every word, which I am. Because I'm reading your lips, so, but it's not something I advertise or anything, but Brad's really noticed that I'm having to turn TV up quite a bit more, and that, like, if we're out and about, it's especially hard for me with the more external noise all around, that I have a hard time hearing him. And so, I can't afford hearing aids. There's just no way. So, cross your fingers. Temu had hearing amplifiers, and it was going to be like $15 for a set of 2. But then I found them where they were $3.61 each. So I went ahead and got 2 of them, and cross your fingers, maybe they'll help. It would be nice just even be able to hear the TV better, hear Brad better and stuff. So, I really think hearing and eye should be included in your normal insurance. But, I don't make the rules. So we've been dealing with all of that, right, honey?
Yes, we have.
We've been dealing that I've been in a lot of pain.
Yes, we have.
Yes, I've been since Friday. I've been in an immense amount of pain. I mean, immense. So, I mean, where I normally can take a lot of pain. But where I was taking what I was supposed to take, and I'm still just almost off the hook, right?
Yeah.
It's usually normally Brad will talk to me for a while and I'll get where I can get a handle on it. That wasn't working. He spent the last couple of nights back in the bedroom because he was worried about me. He was worried about my mental health. Because September and October is really hard for us because we've lost a lot of people that we love. August, September, and October. And so you have all these memories come flooding back, especially if you're on Facebook and they want to remind you of what you were doing a year ago, 2 years ago, and feeling like all of the family you love so much, or most of them, are dead. And, because so many of the memories, but, I'll work through it. I just need to talk to a counselor and stuff, and, about the bipolar and about the depression, and I think I might have BPD, I'm not sure. I certainly fit most of the things, so that could be. I don't know. I'm determined, and there's a lot better mental health here than like in Wyoming and stuff. So I'm determined to, get a better handle on this. I think it's probably time for a medication change. I've been on this medication for a good 10 years. You can only stay on it for so long before it doesn't do anything. So that's all that's going on with me. Brad's been in some pain. We're not sure why his pain has been increasing. Well, it's not as bad if he takes his pills.
Wow.
Well, you only missed one day this last week, so you did really well.
Yes, I did.
But the week prior, he missed like 4 days. Sometimes, though, you'll be sitting there in a lot of pain, and don't I have to ask you if you're taking your pills?
Yeah.
Because, he'll forget. Well, you remind me sometimes also, so,
Yep.
It happens. So anyway, big plans we have is I'm still painting. I'm going to let you guys know I almost have one painting finished. Still need to work on the other ones. I need to get out and take more pictures of what I need. And, of course, we're still making jewelry and stuff. On to this. Brad has not got that stuff listed, and it's not his fault. It's because I've been sick, so, he's been taking care of what needs to be taken care of around here and me. So, give him today and possibly tomorrow. If you guys saw a piece in my last video that you're really wanting, or perhaps you want to have a custom order done where you want a different color, that's not a problem. We'll do a custom order. You contact us. You have my email address below. You can contact me through Facebook DM if you want. Become friends with me on Facebook. I don't do too much on Facebook, but it's a good way to contact me and stuff. And, we'll show you and tell you what we can do, what we can't do, and all that good stuff. But give him till, I'd say give him at the latest Wednesday. He will have this stuff up. And I will let you guys know on a community tab when he does. So, I'm still working on hats to give away. I think also, I told Brad, I'm kind of adopting our family next door. They have, 8 kids.
8 kids.
From teenagers to newborn. Nice family, really likes him and stuff. And I don't have really a family. I don't have with little kids or anything to make stuff for. And I love making stuff for Christmas. So, and I love to bake cookies, y'all. Y'all know I love to bake cookies. I don't bake near like I used to because we don't need it and stuff. But I love, so I'm going to bake some cookies, and I'm going to throw in some hats, of course. All different sizes and colors. But I also want to make some little stuffies for the little ones. Some little stuffed animals, a variety of things. And, that'll be fun. It'll be a surprise for them. It'll be fun. That's what Christmas is to me. Is that it's not a have to. Is you find a family that, not saying they're in desperate need or anything. They don't seem like they are. But it's just a kindness of the heart. Hey, I also want them to know that if something happened next door, come on over here and we'll call the police or we'll call 911 or whatever. I mean, if they had an emergency. you know. But they're super nice people. They really are. So I'm going to kind of adopt them because, if you make good friends, if you're on friendly terms with your neighbors, it really is best because if they see something happening, like when I smoked last fall, or last summer, I put a cigarette out in a pot, and I forgot that soil had that kind of almost, what would you call that stuff in it? It's almost got like a straw stuff in it.
Yeah.
Both would be, so you don't have to have as much water. That stuff is really flammable, I'll tell you what. Our neighbor and our neighbor across this way both came pound on the door and they turned on the water and they put, because otherwise we probably would have burned up our porch and then our house. So, not cool. But, I like doing stuff like that. When we first had our first house on Lennox, I used to take baked good stuff. I used to send the girls over with baked good stuff all the way to our neighbors. I've always sent baked goods over to neighbors. Remember?
Yes.
I've always, even in the RV park, I made that for Carlton. Was his name Carl or Carlton? Carl. And he loved me from now on.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like a lemon cake with blueberries. And he loved that.
That was good.
Yeah, he loved that. But I've always done that. Doesn't hurt. It's fun to do. It's fun just to do something that nobody is expecting. Like surprise somebody with a bunch of flowers. Surprise somebody with even ordering a bunch of flowers or a plant. Or maybe you're going to get them something off of Amazon just to surprise them or whatever. That's nice to do. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. It really doesn't. Even just tell somebody you care. Hey, how's your day going? It can't be all about me. Even like this, even though I've been sick and stuff, and I'm feeling much better, guys. I was so sick over the weekend. Basically Saturday. Friday and Saturday were horrible. But I was still doing stuff.
No, you didn't.
I still went into the store both days. Went into Aldi's both days. Let's not even talk about the price of groceries. $280 over the 2 days for groceries for us. And that was Aldi's. We didn't buy any meat because it's all so high right now that, So we're getting a couple weeks. That's all we can do. I have an extra turkey in the freezer, and I think I'm just going to cook that up for Thanksgiving.
I think that sounds like a wonderful plan.
I'm not sure. We invited our bonus daughter and son-in-law if they don't have other plans and if they can make it. I would love to see them and stuff. If they can make it, great. If not, we're going to do it another time. I just tell them I'm going to keep harping you, so keep looking at other holidays. Maybe Easter.
Yep.
Because Christmas we won't be here. And my niece and her fiance and son don't live too far from where we're going. Maybe not even an hour. So hopefully they'll come by and we can see them for Christmas. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be very
That would
cool.
That's another person to give cookies to and to make stuff for. I'm excited. I already had hats pulled. That's what the box of hats you were going to send to your sister. I got to pull out the ones that were for Brittany and her boyfriend. It was her boyfriend at the time and her son. And then I'm going to, so I love Christmas as in giving. Brad will tell you, I would spend months this time of year, especially. I think that's why I get kind of emotional. Planning out what I was going to make each person. Because I hadn't made everything.
Yep.
And then like the cookies and all of that. It was exciting. We would have started the cookie baking already.
Oh, yeah.
We had a freezer double the size what we have at least. And we had a lot of cookies, I think that's why people got so friendly toward us, coming October, and so stopping by the house, basically on the weekends and stuff, because they knew I was baking cookies. And Brad was, because you were usually at work, so I'd be baking most of the cookies. Brad did the toffee. He makes the best toffee. And he was doing caramel corn. What else you make? Toffee?
Ritz.
Oh, the Ritz crackers, with the peanut butter in the middle. Yeah, he got to be really good at that. And the covered pretzels. Now, we still couldn't do covered pretzels that we could have, but remember, we just take the almond bark and we just lightly drizzle it on the pretzel. Just hit here and there.
Yep.
And you still get a little sweetness and a salty, but you don't eat as many. So, Yeah, I'm more the cookie and cake baker, Brad. I am not a candy maker. Now, that's another thing I wanted to be. But I am not a candy maker. I am not patient enough, I think, for that.
No.
I like to do real fasting. I like stuff that takes forever. Unless it's a craft project, right? I used to do cross stitch all the time, and I usually did blended needle, and that stuff would take forever, and I love it still, but I just can't see well enough to do it. What do you want?
I just remember.
Oh, you're not supposed to be talking or anything.
Sorry.
Do you remember? Okay, go ahead.
I remember. I will never forget. I came home from work that day when we were living there on Grant Street.
Mm-hmm.
And the number of trips that Kenny came downstairs.
We were living below his aunt. We had just had to leave our house because all the sewer and everything just kind of... There was no way we could afford to.
No.
And it was a contract for deeds. So we made an agreement. You take it back. You don't sue us. We won't sue you. Goodbye. But anyway, so we were living below his aunt. We were renting the bottom half of the house in the basement. Kenny came over and he even apologized. He kept coming down and making more trips. He's like, I'm sorry. These are so good. He grabbed another handful, run upstairs.
That was so funny.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I love making cookies and stuff. I'm making cookies. I'm making some cookies to go with her stuff.
Cool.
I'm hoping Brad will make some toffee. God, his toffee's so good. His toffee, you should just want to... I can't say it because I'm supposed to not. You want to cut a bee. It makes you want to cut a bee. So, I get excited about... See, I'm already getting excited. If I have somebody to make something for, I think that's why years ago it helped combat the loneliness. Because I've never been around my family, really, during the holidays. I was my grandma, but then when Grandma got really sick and stuff, we just didn't do the whole... Kathy decided we weren't going to do the whole Christmas gathering thing anymore. The minute my grandmother... You notice we never got invited over on Christmas Eve. That's why. But anyway, and that was my grandmother's birthday, so... to kind of combat the loneliness, we've always kind of adopted a family over the years. We've always helped somebody out. I've been known to them, and that's the part I love. I love, like Brad will tell you, I love donating the hats and stuff, but I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. I make him donate the hats normally. If I have to, if it's a women's shelter or something, then I have to take them in. And I will, and I do. But otherwise, Brad's the one that has to talk to him on the phone and do all the arrangements. You guys, y'all know I hate talking on the phone with a passion. I just do. I'm not your typical... Well, they say a typical female loves to talk on the phone. I do not. I was a teenager, I did, but not now. But anyway, that's all going on with us, so expect that. Expect me to go into some deep diving with some depression issues, and that may not be for all of you, and I can understand it, and I'm just one woman going through and delving through my depression. I'm genetically kind of, my genes are all that way, so, but you have to control as much of it as you can. And when you know that you're kind of getting into an area that maybe, you're having some really dark thoughts and it's kind of worrying you got to say something. And if you're married to somebody who's got a lot of depression issues, as hard as it is and as mad as they may get, you may have to step in and help them. Brad hasn't had to do that, but I mean, if he saw signs that he thought that I was wanting to unalive or something, he would have to take steps, But I'm not, I'm not, because who would groom Jelly Bean?
Mm-mm.
With her feisty self. It'll take me longer to groom that dog than it does my giant schnauzer. And it's just because, have you noticed yesterday that we had to have a couple talks? And I hold her and I talk to her in a real soothing voice about how we don't want to do this. We need to just calm down. That's right, breathe better. I'll get her calmed down and then she won't try to even bite me. But with her, I've noticed it's a panic. And a lot of dogs and cats that way. They're so afraid, and we humans too, that we start to panic, and then it's like fight or flight. And so I just calmly stop what I'm doing. I kind of gather, kind of cradle her in my arm, and we have a little talk. And I'm petting her, nice soothing voice, get her to calm down and stuff. And then I'm not gonna clip her toenails if that's really a few of them I had to. But if not, I'm going to use the nail grinder instead, because it's not worth having her traumatized and fighting and everything. So, right?
Yep.
Then they slept after I groomed Jelly Bean. Brad gave her a nice bath and stuff. And then we gave them flea tablets, both of them, and they slept.
Yep.
So. Anything else going on?
Not that I can think of.
That's it. So be ready. Because I can't always be just happy and stuff. Sometimes there is stuff, important stuff that you have to talk about. So that's what it is. So I hope y'all are having a great day. Get you seeing this muggalugga. I might let you guys see me do some painting, and I might not. I don't know. I'm trying to get over that negative body image too. Brad did I can't show you guys, but Brad did take pictures for me 2 days ago. Because I had a picture of me a couple years ago, full-length picture, and I just wanted to see if there was even a noticeable difference. And I've lost weight, and there is, which I was happy. The boobs looked higher. I was surprised about that, but there's not as much, so they're not as hard to heft up, so, they're shrinking, and I'm happy about it. I can't wait. Like, yes, please. Everything shrinks. So, anyway, I love you guys. And I do cherish your friendship so very much. Think about me while I'm riding this bike. I'm going to get on this bike and ride. Watch me some YouTube. And ride. Right, honey?
Yep.
Brad's been really great. I do have to thank him. He has been really good. For the most part, with while I've been incapacitated and sick, but then he's very used to this. How many infections have I fought over since we've been married?
Yeah.
I started fighting my first infection like 2 weeks after we got together. It's not my first infection, but first infection with us together. And yeah, it's life. It's just what's going on. Yes, my hair's wet. That's why I keep messing with it. But, I got shower and stuff. But, yeah. He's really, especially if I'm really going down the mental health. And I will tell him. I tell him, And if I'm having a hard time at night and stuff, I'll call him. He'll come down and stuff. I don't know what I would do without that. You just need to have a sound voice of reasoning sometimes. Even if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Because So, last night he stayed. Did you sleep there last night? No, you didn't. No. Did you stay till I fell asleep, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And then he tried to wake me up at 9 and there was no getting me up. I'm like, nope. So, I don't know when I'll be swimming again, not for a while. Which is got in my new swimsuit and my new water shoes because those really inexpensive super ones from Temu don't order the super cheap ones because they're like a pair of socks.
Not even that.
Yeah, and Brad destroyed his pair the first day. And it's not his fault. It's how he walks, and that's not his fault either. And there's nothing he can do about it, especially with the back. So we got some better ones that still were very inexpensive. So cross your fingers that the hearing amplifiers work for me. You'll be finding out. Just the part goes in here and then goes over your ear, so it'll be nice. So anyway, I just want to come on here and say hey, and I hope you all having a good day, and I love you guys. And you still need to get that Halloween stuff out for me, babe.
I will.
Okay. Maybe we'll get that out tomorrow.
Well, you had asked me sometime this next week, so.
This next week?
Or this week that we're in right now.
No, I said that last week, babe.
Okay.
Yeah, nice try. No, it was last week.
Okay.
So, but we do need to get it out. If you
Okay.
could get it out and stuff. If you can get it out, can I say even tomorrow?
Okay.
Okay, because we're getting kind of a late start for today, and
We are.
and you're going to help me with some house cleaning and
Yeah.
stuff, so, do it tomorrow. So, anyway, what are we having for dinner? Well, Brad made teriyaki chicken. Aldi's has got a pretty, here anyway, got a pretty darn nice Oriental section and Mexican section. Very nice. I bought some Mexican salsas that we hadn't tried before. One is pretty spicy. It's not hot, but it's
No.
spicy.
It's definitely spicy.
It would be good in something, I think. I didn't put it on my tacos. Brad made teriyaki chicken and then use half a bag of cauliflower rice, and we do half of the equal amount of rice. And then he used a whole bag of Oriental vegetables, and he did them all as Brad makes the best fried rice. Best ever fried rice that I've ever tasted anywhere. These restaurants don't do it right. He does. I like it with a lot of vegetables in it. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I don't want to eat it if there's not a lot of vegetables in it. So, then last night he made tacos. Chicken tacos. So, they were good too.
Yeah, we weren't sure about those.
I wasn't sure. I've never had chicken tacos before. I've had chicken fajitas, of course. And we couldn't decide if we wanted fajitas or tacos, but so we made tacos because I really was wanting tacos. And they were very good. Very, very good. But yeah, I was impressed. And the cheese, we bought some of that lobster roll dip. It was very good. Nice big chunks of lobster meat and stuff in it. We bought some hummus, which Brad doesn't like, but I do. He can't get over the grittiness, I guess. I like it. And then bought some spinach and artichoke. Was that what's in it? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Spinach and artichoke with Greek yogurt. That's good too. You can't eat too much of it though at
No.
a time. I think
But
it's got
it
a
is
little
good.
bit too much vinegar in it for my taste, but it was very good. I don't know if we'll buy it again. Would you buy it again?
What,
The spinach and artichoke.
I really liked it.
That was at Aldi's. And like I said, next time I'll get the crab dip. It wasn't real expensive either. So, we're picking up a couple extra things that we needed. You went in there because you needed a few things.
Famous last words.
Oh, I always want to puke getting up to the check stand. But I know everybody else does too. So, anyway, that's how we got going for today. Love you guys. And I do cherish your friendship so very much. Do something nice for somebody else. Even if you let somebody go up in ahead of you in line or something. Just do something nice. Dad let this lady go ahead of me in line, and I think she was so shocked. And she had just a few items. I had a bigger cart. I'm going to let her go. She was nice. It wasn't like she was rushing up there to beat me or anything. And she stopped because she's, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, go ahead, And so she was like, no. And I'm like, no, I insist. And she's like, no. And I'm like, no, I insist. And she's like, no. And I'm like, no, really, I insist. And so then she went. Like, no. And I think, I'm surprised somebody else didn't go ahead of us while we're having this discussion on whether or not she's going to go. I was like, trust me, really, you are going now. You're going. If I have to push your cart up there, you're going. And that time she could have checked out 4 times, right? But yeah, do something nice for somebody else, and then do something nice for yourself. You know, it's like the other day I decided that Brad loves cashews. I was getting him. They have a good nut selection there too. If you need your nuts, go there. But anyway, I love cashews. I'm like, but I don't normally buy myself any. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get another can. I want a can. Well, then I couldn't eat them because I need enough dental work done. But, you know, I gave them to him. Then you put some in our chicken, which we had our fried rice. And I had no trouble eating it there, but it was just, I don't know. Anyway. Anything else?
Nope.
I gotta get on the bike. So, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. Hang in there with me. We're going to get going on this. Plus, I want to do a bunch of crafts and stuff with you guys. I'm getting kind of excited about that. If you find something that's not really working for you, whether it's the YouTube videos or whatever, you just keep trying different things until you find something that works. That's what life is about, too, right? You keep trying different things until you find something that works. So, anyway, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you guys later. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. I don't know. It could be a goodbye Jelly Bean. It could be a goodbye Nixie. It could even be a goodbye Teresa. Which one do you guys want to hear? Oh, now somebody's over there pouting.
Nope.
Goodbye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.